Okay, we're going to confirm that we're live in a moment. Okay, we are live.
Very good. Good afternoon. My name is Joseph Semek. I'm Director of Public Works for Harford County, and I'm Chairman of the Northeast Maryland Waste Disposal Authority. We have provided information on the authority's website that allows the public to view this meeting via YouTube live stream. Today's authority meeting agenda does not have items that would include a closed session. I do ask that any members please identify yourselves before speaking or to make or second a motion. Andrew, have you confirmed that we've established a quorum?
Joe, we do have a quorum of board members for today's meeting. I'd also like to introduce here at the authority offices, we have John Schott and Kim Gordon. Online, we have Lee Zimmerman and Maria Montero Pereira from Frederick County as well.
Great, thank you very much. The chair calls to order the 381st meeting of the Northeast Maryland Waste Disposal Authority, April 1st, 2025. The minutes of the previous meeting on February 4th, 2025 have been reviewed and approved by the members, and they are posted on the authority's website. Is there a motion on action item 2025-2-1?
So moved, Willie Weiner, Montgomery County.
Thank you. Second?
Second, Mark DeLuca.
Thank you. Discussion?
Action item number 2025-2-1 is the approval of the authority leave donation policy. The authority desires to implement a leave donation policy whereby employees may voluntarily donate available leave hours. That includes vacation, sick, and compensatory time to another authority employee who has exhausted all annual personal, sick, and compensatory leave because of a prolonged medical condition or catastrophic illness or injury of a member of the employee's immediate family, for whom that employee is needed to provide direct care. In summary, the authority's leave policy follows the state of Maryland leave donation policy, which provides for employee-to-employee leave donation programs. Donors of leave under the authority policy must maintain a sick leave balance of at least 225 hours after the donation is deducted and shall have any unused donated leave restored to their balance. Recipients of donated leave must receive less than 1,950 hours total of leave for donation and must be in good standing as an employee. Upon approval, the leave donation policy will become a part of the authority's personnel policy. Staff requests approval of the authority leave donation policy as summarized above and substantially in the form of the draft provided to the board and made publicly available on the authority's website.
Thank you. Are there any discussions or any questions from the members? Hearing none, all in favor of action item 2025-2-1, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing no opposition, that item is approved. Is there a motion on action item 2025-2?
So moved, Cliff Engel, Carroll County.
Thank you. Second?
Second, Willie Weiner, Montgomery.
Thank you. Discussion?
Thank you. Action item 2025-2-2, budget amendments. We have 4 budget amendments to changes to the authority's budget. All of these funds will be coming from the respective jurisdictions where the work is being performed. Amendment number 1, the Frederick County landfill account, a budget increase in the amount of $139,160 is needed for efforts in connection with continued methane rule compliance support at the Reichsford Road Sanitary Landfill. Item number 2 is the solar project in Frederick County. A budget increase in the amount of $15,000 is needed for the ongoing maintenance of the array. Item number 3, Montgomery County Transfer Station and RRF account. A budget increase in the amount of $6,900,000 is needed for project work and equipment at the transfer station and resource recovery facility in connection with the anticipated extension of the service agreement for the disposal of solid waste in the county. And item number 4, Baltimore City Quarantine Road Landfill QRL account. A budget increase in the amount of $1,100,000 is needed for emergency repair work at the QRL. Staff requests budget amendments as set forth above.
Thank you very much. Any questions or any discussion from the members? Hearing none, all in favor of action item 2025-2-2, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing no opposition, that item is approved. Is there a motion on action item 2025-2-3?
So moved, Mr. Chairman. Rhodey, Holdhouse, Anne Arundel.
Thank you, Rhodey. Second?
Cliff Engel, Carroll County.
Thank you. Discussion?
Action item number 2025-2-3, award of contract for solid waste disposal services for Frederick County. The authority, on behalf of Frederick County, issued a request for proposals on October 3rd, 2024. The purpose of the RFP was to seek proposals from experienced vendors who can provide waste disposal services of non-recycled waste received at the Frederick County Transfer Station. The RFP was posted on the authority's website, advertised on eMaryland Marketplace, and sent to experienced vendors. Addendum number 1 to the RFP was issued on October 29th, 2024 to answer proposer questions that were submitted by the submittal date of October 21st, 2024. Addendum number 2 was issued on October 30th, 2024 to extend the proposal due date to November 13th, 2024. The initial term of contract will begin on July 1st, 2025 and will end on June 30th, 2030. The contract provides for 5 optional 12-month renewal terms at the authority's sole discretion. The contract will have no annual tonnage guarantee of non-recycled acceptable waste. Proposals were received from Waste Connections Blue Ridge Landfill Company, Noble Environmental, and Waste Management of Pennsylvania. The authority issued a request for clarification and a request for best and final offers on January 30th, 2025. The evaluation team, consisting of authority and county staff, evaluated the proposals. All proposers met the technical requirements of the RFP. The evaluation team determined that Blue Ridge Landfill Company has the capacity to accept all acceptable waste for the term of the agreement and provided the best value to the authority and county due to the distance from the Frederick County Transfer Station. The RFP allowed for more than one primary disposal site. The proposed disposal facility dollar per ton fees are as follows. Blue Ridge Landfill Company proposed $36.47. Noble Environmental Southern Alleghenies Landfill proposed $28.75. Waste Management proposed 2 primary disposal facilities with a ton per day limit. Mountain View Reclamation with a 500 ton per day limit at $43.30, and Cumberland County Landfill with a 600 ton per day limit at $37.50. The authority is requesting that the executive director be authorized to execute a service agreement with Blue Ridge Landfill Company and a mirror disposal agreement with Frederick County in substantially the form of the draft agreement provided to the board and made publicly available on the authority's website, subject to approval from Frederick County. The Blue Ridge Landfill Company is the authority's current contractor for Frederick County solid waste transportation and disposal services.
Joe, you're muted.
Thank you. I had to turn it down with the fire alarm going off. Are there any questions or any discussion from the members? Hearing none, all in favor of action item 2025-2-3, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing no opposition, that item is approved. Is there a motion on action item 2025-2-4?
So moved, Willie Weiner.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second. Anthony Russell, Baltimore County.
Thank you. Discussion?
Action item number 2025-2-4, award of contract for solid waste transportation services for Frederick County. On behalf of Frederick County, Maryland, the authority issued a request for proposals on December 5th, 2024 for the transportation of Frederick County municipal solid waste from the Frederick County Transfer Station to a disposal facility identified by the authority as the facility for final disposal of acceptable waste. The initial term of contract is for 5 years commencing on July 1st, 2025, with an option to extend the contract for 5 additional 12-month periods at the authority's sole option. Per the RFP, companies were required to propose $1 per ton per mile transportation fees for multiple mileages up to 140 miles from the transfer station. The RFP was advertised on the authority's website, eMaryland Marketplace, and sent to companies that have provided similar services in the region. A non-mandatory pre-proposal meeting was held in the administrative offices at the Frederick County Wrightsford Landfill on December 19, 2024. The county provided a tour of the transfer station operations after the meeting. An addendum was issued on January 13, 2025 to respond to company requests for clarifications, including questions from the pre-proposal meeting. The following 3 companies submitted bids in response to the RFP by the January 21st, 2025 proposal due date: Elitas Trucking, Balsam, and Noble Long Haul. A table of the price proposals is publicly available on our website under this action item 2025-2-4. The RFP stated that the authority will select the proposal or proposals that are deemed to be most advantageous to the authority and Frederick County. The authority evaluated the proposals against the minimum qualifications. The minimum qualifications including having a minimum of 5 years experience providing similar waste transfer services, evidence of project staff with at least 5 years management experience handling an average of 1,000 tons of solid waste per day, having a sufficient number of personnel, vehicles, trailers, and equipment to perform the transportation service, which includes jockeying of trailers at the transfer station, and manage the anticipated volume of Frederick County municipal solid waste transfer, and providing evidence that the company has the operating authority and is authorized to operate as an interstate for-hire carrier under the U.S. Department of Transportation Safety and Fitness Electronic Record System, called SAFER, at the time of application. Based on Elitas' proposal and information from SAFER, Elitas is not reasonably susceptible of award due to limited resources for managing the volume of Frederick County municipal solid waste expected to be transferred, in addition to providing the jockey services required at the Frederick County Transfer Station. Balsam and Noble Long Haul have met the minimum requirements of the RFP and each have sufficient resources to service Frederick County. Balsam and Noble Long Haul provided all technical and financial documentation as required of RFP. Balsam provided the lowest responsive proposal for most of the mileages. Their dollar per ton per mile pricing is as follows. For a disposal facility less than or equal to 55 miles from the Frederick County transfer station, they propose $0.413 per ton per mile. For a disposal facility less than or equal to 65 miles from the transfer station, they propose 0.408. For a disposal facility less than or equal to 80 miles from transfer station, they propose 0.437. For a disposal facility less than or equal to 100 miles from the transfer station, they propose 0.352. For a disposal facility less than or equal to 120 miles from the transfer station, they propose 0.350. And finally, for a disposal facility less than or equal to 140 miles from the transfer station, they propose $0.339 per ton per mile. Balsam was deemed by representatives from the county and the authority, the evaluation team, to be most advantageous to Frederick County. Balsam is the current transportation contractor for Frederick County single stream and waste transfer operations. The board is being asked to approve the selection of Balsam and to authorize the executive director to execute the contract with Balsam in substantially the form of a draft agreement, as well as a mirror agreement with the county, provided to the board and as made publicly available on the authority's website. Execution of such contract will be subject to approval from Frederick County.
Thank you. Any questions or discussion from the members? Hearing none, all in favor of action item 2025-2-5, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing no opposition, that item is approved. Is there a motion on action item 2025-2-5?
So moved, Rhodey Holdhouse.
Thank you. Any second?
Second, Willie Weiner.
Thank you. Discussion?
Thank you. Action item number 2025-2-5, on-call contract amendments. There are two items under this action item. Item one for SCS engineers, a total increase in the amount of $1,095,000 is needed for the SCS contract, of which $715,000 is needed for efforts in connection with emergency repairs at the Quarantine Road landfill for Baltimore City. This was under action item number 2025-2-2, and $380,000 is needed for landfill gas projects at the Eastern Sanitary Landfill for Baltimore County. Item number two, ARM, an increase in the amount of $250,000 is needed for the ARM group contract for efforts in connection with emergency repairs at the Quarantine Road landfill for Baltimore City under action item number 2025-2-2. Staff requests increases for the on-call contracts as set forth above.
Thank you. Any questions or discussion from the members? Hearing none, all in favor of action item 2025-2-5, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing no opposition, that item is approved. Are there any additional items for discussion at this time?
Mr. Chairman, if I may,
Yes.
I just wanted to let everyone know it's been a pleasure working with you for these past, 8 or 9 years. I am not the new board member for this next this next period, it will be our Director of Public Works, Karen Henry. So this will be, I think, my last official meeting.
Oh, thank you, Rhodey. It has been a pleasure working with you and with the entire board, so we do appreciate your service.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, Rhodey.
Mr. Chairman, Cliff Engel. Mr. Chairman, if I may, I'd like to actually echo Rhodey's comments as well. Brian Boki, our Public Works Director, will be taking over in my stead effective the next meeting, and I wanted to thank everybody for their support and encouragement. It's been an absolute pleasure to work with everyone.
Well, thank you, Cliff. It's been our pleasure as well. Thank you for your service.
And Mr. Chair, if I may have an item or the opportunity to speak as well.
Sure.
As we've just heard from both Rhodey and from Cliff, the Governor's Appointments Office has started the process for finalizing appointments to the board for the new term. You should be receiving these letters soon. In some cases, they've already been received. We learned yesterday that there will be changes to the composition of the board, including a new member from Anne Arundel County. Rhodey has done an excellent job as the board treasurer in this time, but was not named to this new term. Staff is requesting that the board consider a motion today to vote for the election of a new treasurer so that we can continue to provide timely support to the members and the work that you ask us to undertake. In the past, officers have been selected on a seniority basis. Willie Wayner of Montgomery County has the most tenure of the board at this time, other than Joe. I asked for consideration of an additional action item to elect a new treasurer. And I also want to take again this time to thank Rhodey and Cliff for their service. For the minutes, should this be taken up, it will become action item 2025-2-6. And Joe, you're muted again. Hey, Joe, you're muted.
I'm sorry. Thank you for that presentation. Hearing such, is there a motion on the new action item 2025-2-6?
So moved, Rhodey, Holdhouse.
Thank you. Second?
Cliff Engel, Carroll County.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of action item 2025-2-6, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing no opposition, that item is approved as well. Any other additional items for discussion? Thank you. Again, thank you, Cliff. Thank you, Rhodey, again. And welcome. I'm going to learn how to pronounce your name. I certainly hope so by the time we get together again. But thank you for the opportunity to join the board. There being no further business on the agenda, this meeting is adjourned.
Thanks,
Thank
folks.
you all.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.